Shalom, family. I just finished dropping off my last order at DoorDash. Freaking giant Rottweiler out here barking at me. I'm not scared of dogs, so it's cool, but he barked at me at first and then he left and then he came back. Or she, whatever. Probably a female, but whatever. She started trying to be aggressive and everything, and I was like, I got your daddy's chips right here. If you don't let me deliver your daddy's chips, he's gonna be upset with you. It's funny. Pretty much all day to make $200. Anyway, I'm on my way home now, and I had been waiting pretty much like all day to talk about the Golden Dawn and her speech at the UN and how she said, you know, this is a golden age for America. I found it to be, I mean, along with what was announced yesterday, where actually mercury and aluminum and ingredients that are in vaccines and vaccines themselves, I mean, a lot of information actually came out, which I was like shocked, kind of shocked, but kind of not. And let me explain. So I find that this administration speaks on a lot of matters in a truthful way, or truth-filled way, in order to gain support and confidence and all that, while the media and Hollywood and everything are just constantly attacking it. Plus the legal, just all the whole show, the whole movie, the whole spell, so that the witch that's being hunted becomes beloved by the masses and under her spell. One of the most power-filled spells I've ever seen, or could even imagine. The level of doublespeak, the calms, everything. Going in front of the UN, all the kings of the earth, which they're all in league together. That's the main thing that you got to understand. All geopolitical theater. It's all theater. It's all performance. It's all show. It's all trick. And it's really meant to captivate us and take us away from the truth that it is us versus them, so to say, right? And that they're in league with the fallen. They serve wicked spirits, demonic entities. We're not wrestling against flesh and blood, but principalities, powers, dominions, authorities, all that. In fact, even at the end of his speech, he says stuff like this all the time. We stand on the shoulders of giants. You guys know what giants are, right? Nephilim. He said titans. You know what titans are, right? The sons of the fallen angels, right? The daughters of Adam who laid with them and produced seed with them became sirens in the book of Hanuk. Okay, mermaids like Ishtar bucks. Excuse me. This stuff is across the board. Boom, 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 boom. All of them. I'm telling you, if you're arguing one political party versus another, or one form of government versus another, and all this, you are so in the matrix, bro. Imagine being in the matrix, running around saying how woke you are, or calling out different types of conspiracy. There's all these conspiracy theorists on social media that are releasing out all this information, but they're mostly, all of them are steering you to Hail Zeus, okay? Well, they're not instructing you to guard the commandments. And guess what? Newsflash. Keeping the Sabbath, Saturnalia worship, Hashatan worship, that's not clean. That's the black Sabbath. The true seventh day is a Shabbat. Excuse me. It's not even Shabbat. Even though I went from Sabbath to Shabbat, I'm like, wow. I know it sounds crazy, but that's okay. The truth is going to sound crazy to a world that's completely lost their minds. But there is a huge difference. It's not Friday night. It's literally the pagan day, Wednesday day, sunrise to sundown. Sun up to sundown. That's it, 12 hours. 12 hours isn't always 60 minutes times 60 seconds, all that kind of thing. It's how much light is there in that day, cut up like a pizza into 12 different slices. Each slice is an hour. Because sometimes of the year, that pizza is going to be a little bit smaller because there's just less light that time of year. In other parts of the year, the day is longer, the pizza's bigger, and so each slice is bigger. This is not complicated. Okay? Midway through the day, 6 hours, that's 6 slices of that pizza, man. Half of that pie, right? What was I going to say? If you think about, analyzing what they say politically, you already failed. As soon as you do that, bro, you fail. Okay? Discern it all spiritually. Understand too that part of their practice and their religion is to actually alter their birth-given assignment, to alter it, because they believe in uniting Adam and Yahuah, Adam and Eve, into one before the separation. That's why it's a merging of the black and white, the male, the female, the Baphomet, right? It has male and female genitalia. The Masonic floor is the checkerboard floor. You see, it's between those two pillars, right? That's where they want to keep your brain trapped. Republican, Democrat, red team, blue team, Super Bowl, Super Bowl is the ritual. So, you're for this team or for that team, that kind of stuff. Always, constantly, right? Israel, Gaza, but they're controlling every side of every situation. Hezbollah, Hamas, ISIS, ISIL, Houthi rebels, all of it. Okay? Just like I said earlier, arguing over these different forms of government. I don't know how many times I have to say the same things and nobody cares, nobody listens. You guys go look it up. Govern, control, regulate. That's to govern something. I'm governing this vehicle right now, right? By etymology, by definition. Mentality, mental, mind. Okay? They're governing your mind, controlling your mind. Propaganda, all that stuff. Remember when it came out under Obama administration that they legalized propaganda, or right? They have these different types of war categories and declarations that they can do, which give them all these powers and these other. Those things are all in place and have been in place. It's all smoke and mirrors, illusion. Like they say, the world is a stage. If you look at the news, they'll say bad actors in this region of the world are doing this and that, causing strife and turmoil. I mean, if I could reach anybody, any one person, to just come out of the matrix, do not put your HOPEFAITH and TRUST in governments, in man, in anything like that. It's not scriptural to say I'm Republican, conservative, liberal, Democrat, okay? Putting all your HOPEFAITH and TRUST in the Father, the Creator, the Redeemer, the Sustainer, the Messiah, the Mashiach, HaMashiach, yes, all those things. Guarding His instructions, His commandments. The commandments teach us all the things that we need to know about how to deal with family, all relationships, working, economy, military, everything. Everything is there. So if you're going to be biblically supported in any type of governmental system, it would be a theocracy, right? And that's none of them are that. You can't justify supporting any of these political parties because they're all in absolute rebellion to the commandments of the Most High. Seriously, right? And there is an illusion that makes you think that you can cast a ballot and have a vote that counts and all that. Already, all the evidence is out there for anyone to already see about the bloodline of the presidents, and that these leaders are selected, not elected, right? And that's why you go to the polls, right? Just like a poll is like asking you a question. They tell you this stuff all the time, and it's so silly. They have their Rasmussen poll, okay, and then they have an election. It's a poll. They have an inauguration, which is the entrance or beginning of a spell. And I did an etymology breakdown on this too, and all these things really have blown my mind. When the Father shows me these things, I'm just like, wow, because it's like on a certain level, you just don't know how vast it is. How across the board it is. I mean, come out of her is like come completely out. Completely out. The speech, you analyze it spiritually and pay attention to the comms. Because, they have comms. Just like the Charlie Kirk thing was the turning point. And I said that I believe that was the beginning of a significant change, a marker in it for the timeline in what's going on with the USA, right? Now I listen to what Trump said at the UN, and I feel like that just got elevated beyond just the USA to like the world level. No, it's not a globe. It's not a globe. Man, you can mock me and scoff me and hate me and all that all you want, but one day you'll realize that these things are true that I'm saying, and then what? Then what? Then it's probably going to be too late. I really honestly just would want one person to hear and email me and ask questions and start researching things on their own and just realize that the whole thing is a freaking lie. The whole thing is a lie. I don't have any love for it at all, but I do have love for the vessels, for the image bearers, because they're deceived by wicked spirits, and the power and the influence of these spirits is far more pervasive than I ever even imagined. That's why I've been saying for a long time for people to cleanse their camps, to stop allowing their eyes to be influenced by the image of the beast, or their ears through the Medea. She's an illusionist. She's a spellcaster. Media is film, radio, television, obviously internet, social media, video games. It's just everything. Dude, they do these things because it's their power. It works for them. They influence the masses. They even started calling them influencers. It's so stupid. So stupid. They transitioned from radio to television to social media. This isn't difficult, and the AI's coming in and just kicking the game up to a whole new level. It's literally demonic. It's witchcraft. It's wicked spirits. It's like a Ouija board on steroids. Appearing as an angel of light. You can look and you can see the pictures that get created by AI are more attractive to your eyes. The videos, the colors are richer, crisper, whatever you could say. The blacker blacks and I don't care how you describe it, man. Anybody should be able to look at it and say it's like captivating, right? Captivating, like those sirens that used to sing, and then the males on the ship would get like under their spell, and they could, you know, it would lead them to their death. They would lead them to their death. I mean, people actually go out there and start asking it questions and then using that as supportive evidence for whatever their agenda is. The G in the middle of the diamond, that's the Masonic square and compass symbol, is GESU. You can go and look this up. Okay? This all goes back to the Greek name for Jesus, Iousis. Even they throw some false Hebrew. Hebrew is a Latin word. It's a Latin name. It's only like 17th century. It's not the true letters from like the caves at Qumran. Everyone likes to think that, but that's because they're all under this spell still. That's why they go to listen to the traditions of the Jews so they can know how to do Sukkot. It's not Sukkot. That's not even the proper spelling or pronunciation of the feast. Saku. And then I got people coming at me being like, why are you speaking that way? It doesn't make you more Holy. I'm trying to pursue the actual factual names, letters, times, whatever I can, man. Whatever I can, whatever Abba shows me. That's all. There ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with being actual and factual in your pursuit of truth. You're supposed to worship Him in spirit and truth. Don't be a mocker and a scoffer. That's wicked spirits on you, bro. Did you know that Holy is the same as the Holi, Holika, which is another demoness? Yeah. On my YouTube channel, I've been putting out a lot of information over the years that the Father's been showing me, and I'm tired. I'm tired. I've had appeals calling to the elders of Yashar'Al to come and reason with me. Why are we saying shofar and Torah when those aren't even the letters? It's not even the pronunciation of the words, and they won't do anything, you know. I don't think those are the true elders anyway. Yahuwah knows, man. Yahuwah knows. I just think that something's going to ramp up now and really, really escalate really quickly. You know, if you listen to the comms and you listen to the rhetoric and you follow things like these speeches, these UN speeches, or even Trump speeches all through the years I've watched a lot of the rallies, and I've listened very, very, very carefully to everything that she has to say. Okay? It's escalated. It's ramped up, right? It's kind of like shaming the entire UN, EU, Russia, everything and everyone in front of their faces, just like that. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding at all. Then saying how they have no action. I've already said it was designed that way. If the U.S. didn't veto 6 times, there might have been resolutions that got passed that might have led to them actually being able to do something. But they're all a bunch of freaking liars and fakes. They're all funding and weaponizing the lunacy, okay? And I do believe that the reason why is because there are seeds of shamatic. That means they come from Sham, as in the son of Nach, who they call Noah. Not even the right letters, once again. See, I know it. I already know. I sound crazy to anybody out here. And it isn't new stuff. I've said all this. I've been saying all this. I'm just giving you some off the top of the dome stuff, okay? If you want to know, if you hear something, you're like, what's that? What's that? Ask me. Go to the YouTube channel. You probably see me talk about it, because ask anybody who knows me. I talk, right? Ask my shop. Hi, baby. I love you. I'm almost back home. So tomorrow is Shabbat. The very next day is the first day of Saku. It's no servile work, but you can do work. So we're going to build our camp. We're going to build our booth. We're going to collect our branches. We're going to do our singing and dancing, and we're going to blow the ram's horn, which is a shupar, not a shofar. And we're going to have a fire, and we're going to make an offering by fire unto Yahuah. Baruk Yahuah. And then you have servile work on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Not on 7 though, because that's actually falling on Shabbat. So there's no servile work on Shabbats anyways, ever. And then the 8th day, again, you can work, but you can't do servile work. So we'll probably go ahead and disassemble our camp, or at least most of it, because that night, I believe, I have to double check that, but I believe that night, we might as well stay, we might stay outside that last night anyway, just err on the side of caution. People ask me questions about what to do and this and that. I mean, my Shah said something really, really yapa, or filled with beauty. Is that Abba knows everybody needs to follow their conviction and do the best they can with whatever they got, wherever they are. Right? A single mom with a little 4-year-old in Tasmania, Shalum sis wants to know if she can use the camper that's like attached to a vehicle, like on the roof, a rooftop camper or something like that. Yeah, absolutely. If I were going to really technically go in and do this, we would go into the wilderness, and we would find a little cavern of rock, and we would get branches. We would build our dwelling out of creation, not a tent and a tarp, okay, with inflatable mattresses. But that's what my house does, okay? That's where we are. That's where we are. I know some people who, like Aki Matayahu, he could probably go out there and build a booth right out of the bush, okay? But don't cheat, Abba. Don't shortcut. Don't do anything that goes against your conscience. All right, that's the number one thing. There is no servile work on the first day and the 8th day. Period. You already have no servile on the 7th day, as it is. If you don't have the calendar, email me and I'll send you a copy of the calendar. It's free. Okay? If you have questions about the calendar, I have a huge playlist on the calendar. Plus, I answer emails, I answer messages, but you know what? I don't really get a lot of messages. I don't get a lot of comments. I don't get a lot of shares. I just don't get it. It just doesn't happen. And all I can figure is that it's not time. I don't know. Because I know that the Father has shared a lot with me, and I've just put it all out there. I've never held back. Never held back. And we've rebuked a lot of blasphemers and heretics along the way. Let me tell you, we've seen our share. And, something that I don't really have a lot of love for at all is an X-gen with the name. You're just an X-gen with the name. I don't, that bothers me a lot. It also bothers me a lot when people just want to follow those that say that they're Yashar'Al but do lie. Right? Every religious institution of man is false. That's the thing you got to understand. The way is not found in a synagogue, a temple, a circa, any of these things, mosque, none of it. Okay? It's not the way. That's not the narrow path. The Natzarim, the branches, the true disciples of Yahusha HaMashiach, love him, guard his commandments, and they lay down their lives in service to him and his will. Baruk Yahuah, Halalu Yahuah, Shalom Shalum.